Bob, what are the top three things I should know when I'm looking at a co-op's financials?
Well, most of the time, my clients ask me the same question, Jason. And the things I usually tell them in a financial statement, the important topics, one, is there a positive cash flow at the end of the day? All of the money that the co-op collects from maintenance and storage fees and garage fees, minus the expenses that they pay for gas, electric, utilities, salaries, insurance, real estate, fuel, all of those expenses, mortgage interest. When you do this adding and subtracting, hopefully you end up with a positive number that the co-op is making some money or not, definitely not losing money, not in the black. The second thing you might want to look for that's important is the mortgage that's on the underlying property. Now, that's different than the mortgage that you take out to buy your individual unit. There is a mortgage on the entire property, and what you want to look at is when that mortgage was last refinanced, the rate that it was or is, and when it's coming due. If the mortgage was just refinanced and you got a low rate of about, say, 4%, payable over the next 10 years, then that's a large component of your maintenance. Your maintenance will be pretty stable, at least from that component of the whole maintenance calculation. And then the last thing you might want to do is flip through the notes to see if there are any highlighted issues in the notes section. Generally, the more important notes talk about whether or not how many units are sold, how many units are still owned by the sponsor, and that becomes important in borrowing. Many banks and lenders don't like to lend in properties that are not more than 50, 60, 70, 80% sold. So the notes may give you an idea of how many units are still owned by the sponsor and how many units are individually owned. And that's important in determining the ease of which you can get a loan against your unit. So those are all the items that you should look for in a financial statement. You should also make sure that you engage an attorney or a CPA to review these documents to get their estimation of what's going on financially in the building.